Alright, this is a quick field strip video on the Springfield XDS 45. First off, you want to make sure that your weapon is clear. There's no magazine. Bring it back. Also look in the chamber and make sure that there is nothing in the chamber. As you can see, there's nothing. This weapon is clear. So from here in the slide lock back configuration, you want to make sure, bring up your slide release. Slide, bring it forward, pull the trigger, and your slide and your barrel will come straight off. Now from here, this leaves you with an empty lower receiver. You want to go ahead and remove your spring. From there, push slightly forward on your barrel. Your barrel will lift out from your slide, and you're left with your three major components of your slide. Now from here, you want to make sure that you clean your slide rails, which are on both sides of your slide. Also clean all the carbon out of here, and also underneath here, which is your round extractor. This makes your rounds come out every time the gun cycles and fires. Make sure you lube this pretty well also. From here you want to use your barrel. Run your brush through the same way that the round goes. Run it through about 3 to 4 times, and then also run your soft slide through, and make sure that you really clean this polished part with your bullets. This is called your feed ramp. From here, your bullets come up and in to your chamber or your barrel. You want to make sure that this is really clean. As you can see, it's bright stainless. And then just make sure that you clean your springs up, and just make sure that this actually moves in your hand like so. It's pretty rough. It's a pretty strong spring because it is a 45. On your lower receiver, you want to make sure that you clean the gunk out of both sides of where your slide actually slides onto those. So you want to make sure you clean these really well, along with right here on your ramp, and also down here in what I would call the serial number gully. Now from that, make sure this is already lubed up sufficiently. So reassembly would be take your slide, put your barrel in, pull your barrel back all the way on top of the slide, take your spring, put it down in the spring housing, and then from here, lock the spring onto your barrel. That's what you end up with. Everything looks as it does on the weapon. So reassembly from here, after you have it cleaned and lubed, making sure to have that sufficient lubricant in your rail slides, slide it onto the weapon, okay? Now from here, as you can see, this is still up. Now what we want here, go all the way back to the portion where you slide. Your slide is locked to the rear. Put your slide back down and rechamber back forward. This is our configuration. Now from here, you function check the weapon. So from here you have to, obviously it's empty, pull the trigger, hold it to the rear, do not release it. Activate the slide, you should hear a thump and then a click. So lay off slowly, there's our click, there's our thump. Do it one more time, click, thump. Okay, so we know that our firing pin and our firing mechanism is working correctly. Now from here, we check our safeties. There's 2 safeties on this weapon. One in the rear on the beaver tail, and a secondary on the trigger. So what we'll do is go halfway on the safety while activating the beaver tail. We get absolutely nothing. No click. Now from here, we'll lay off the beaver tail totally and pull the trigger. Nothing. Activate both, and we get a click. There he is. Function checked.